YouTube? It's that dude named Dave, and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Before we get started, my price of admission. Like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not subbed yet. So let me help you by helping me out here and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got those few seconds out the way. We don't do long intros, except for live streams. Today's video, we're coming back to Corey Holcomb and his 5150 show. Shout out to Corey, I'm a big fan of his style here. Today's video, he's talking about Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Now, before we get to this here, I just want to warn everybody, if you are not aware of his comedy style, he could be triggering. So let's get to the video. We're gonna let Corey and the crew cook in. We're gonna try to make this make sense.
Yeah, Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan got dumped. Is this your king ass situation? I'm saying, like, yo, can we? I hear so much stuff about what's happening, but I want to let everybody know you are blessed when somebody show you who they are early in the game.
Absolutely.
You are blessed. That girl ain't ready to settle down with Michael B. Jordan, obviously.
Right.
It could be all kind of reasons, but we know her mama get down, jump from man to man to man with money.
Right.
So she ain't coming from poverty. So it ain't like Michael B. Jordan got enough money to keep her. Obviously, I mean,
Right, you're
he
right.
ain't got enough money to keep her.
Right.
A man that thinks in dick pussy, he ain't got enough dick to keep her. I'm saying that's how motherfuckers think.
Right. But she done had every nigga, down to every nigga, hot nigga in the game.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta.
Let me pause here for a second here. I don't want to lose this point here. Corey makes a great point at the beginning here. It's a blessing when people tell you who they really are. So anybody going through a breakup right now, you may have a similar situation to Michael B. and Lori Harvey. But you know what though? She was not ready to get married. Michael was 35 years old, on his purpose, on his grind, and ready to settle down. But if she's telling you this here, she is not for you. And at the end of the day, you're just gonna end up in a breakup anyway. So Michael will find someone for him eventually, but Lori was not for him. And this is for everybody here when someone shows you who they really are. All right, let's get back to Corey.
Let her run the game.
Yeah.
She gotta let that pussy get mouths on it.
Yeah.
Until she comfortable enough to find a sucker and be with him.
Did you find her?
What is the big deal? How do people get mad when people move on and it ain't even your relationship? They talk about, now he gonna go get a white woman. If he get a white woman, that's because he wanted to get a white woman.
Right. But
all people who show you who they are early, and I think it's been a year in.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
She blessed him because he probably thought that was this gonna be my girl forever.
Yeah.
No, nigga. That bitch beat you like Creed. And you know it's good that she beat you like Creed. Dog, you don't need to cuff a bust down. Can we talk about cuffing bust downs?
Man.
I mean, why do you...
Before he gets into it, he's right. As much as we look at Lori Harvey as someone who's rich, got, her stepfather, Steve Harvey, successful. He's worth over like $60+ million with all the various jobs being in comedy, radio, movies. Steve Harvey's a hustler. So we look at Lori, she comes from money, but is she or is she not a bust down? Messing with the likes of course, Michael B. Jordan before the breakup. Messing with Future, knowing how many baby mamas he got here. Messing with both Sean Diddy Combs and his son in the same year. And I know I missed some other people here. So we can look at her as an attractive, beautiful woman. But what is her actions? How is she moving? She's moving like someone for the streets. And like Corey say here, people may not like it, but as a bust down. Let's continue.
Think that she's going... Do you research the history of girls you dating and they mama?
Good point,
Because you
Corey.
supposed to do that.
Absolutely. A bitch past is important.
Can you say it again so the people who speak English can hear you?
A bitch past is important. they like to hide that shit. You know what I mean? Cause but that's who you are. That's who you are. You should be. Hey man, stop selling me your representative of you. I hate that when a woman try to give you what you want or what they think you want instead of being themselves.
I'm so raw with it. When you are talking in my presence, I am peeping you. It's like a program I'm running as you speak. And most of the time, I know what's up with you. I know what's up with you. And I probably said this before. I am so mad that I never get credit for knowing a bitch ain't shit. Most of the bitches I fuck with ain't shit, but they step to a motherfucker like they are respectable, and I am supposed to just be with them and shut down everything I'm doing in the game because they give me they pussy at this time of the game.
Hey, Corey's spitting facts right now. For my fellas here, how many times have you messed with a woman because she was just giving you the draws? She is letting you buns glaze, but you know she ain't shit. You know she's for the streets. No matter how she looks, she is showing you some indications that she ain't right. But as men, some of us here may not get sex on the regular. So what happens here? We accept those situations here because something we're getting on the regular. And by the way, too, if you check out my live stream, just remember, my tribe here, we the ain't shit crew. Y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all saw that live stream. Let's get back to the video.
That shit don't work on real motherfuckers, man. I'm looking at your mama. I'm looking at everything you come from, and I know most situations you don't have a bitch worth a goddamn dime.
At all.
Just like I can reverse it. Ladies, y'all don't know how to pick a winner either. But it is my opinion, women are predators. But men get the reputation as being predators. I mean, come on, man. I got a bitch who brags.
Wait, before he gets into that here, as far as the predator comment here, I did a live stream yesterday. So I'll put this up here on the link above if you guys want to check it out here. But part of the first segment of my live stream was bringing out the 45-year-old heiress who diddled, I don't like to use the words because the YouTube algorithm here for certain keywords here, but with a 14-year-old boy. So I know Corey's gonna talk about a different kind of predator right now, but women are predators in general as well, but we do not discuss it. We hear about all the tropes and all the situations with men here, but women are human beings also. Women be doing some dirt dog dastardly things as well, but we do not want to look at it because so many men are here to blue pill and have that wall up and want to believe that women can do no wrong. But Corey is speaking facts here. He's gonna get into it, but just know, when women want to say that men ain't shit, at the same token, women ain't shit either. And they're also predators as well. Let's eliminate the tropes here thinking that women can't do wrong, because they do, and we see it every day. Let's let Corey get into it and let's continue.
On all her kids by the same dude. She got 2 kids, and both of them by the same dude.
Right.
But the bitch always talk about how he fucked up and everything. I'm like, what did he do to fuck up? He was like, he ain't here for his kids. I'm like, so you got 2 kids by a man that ain't there for his kids.
Do she plan on having more kids?
I don't know what the bitch gonna do.
Because if you
Before I let him go on here, that is a great point. I do this in a lot of my live streams here, all right, and also reaction videos, especially the Kendra G videos. Women will go ahead and have a baby by one man and say that he's no good and saying that he doesn't do enough, and then go right around and double back and get pregnant again. In situations here, either by the same man or the same type of man will have 2 and 3 different three kids by either the same man, different man, and complain like this here. And the point that he's bringing out is, why did you even have the second kid? Why do you keep going here? You chose him. You learned the first time with your first child, and then now you're continuing here. Make that make sense, people. Let's let Corey cook some more and let's continue.
I don't think she can have kids because she got older and her 2 kids are grown now. Like 21 and 23. But she always talk about, both of my kids are by the same man, but she shoot him down. So you got 2 kids by a motherfucker that ain't there for his kid. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You made the same mistake twice.
Right. No, she stayed in the mistake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why she stayed in the mistake, Marcus.
Why, Corey?
Because she was attractive. And she thought that she was gonna revert him into what she wanted to revert him into.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, that nigga say, fuck you, bitch, and all y'all.
Yeah.
So how smart is the bitch? We never call the bitches dumb. Look at all of the single moms of America.
Man.
What happened? Somebody did you wrong again, huh? somebody got you. Why are you all single moms? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you really have the expectations of what they play on TV, like the Cosby Show. 1 man, 1 woman, and a family. That shit don't exist. Look, do you know your chances of getting a man all to yourself is probably 50-1. And I'm being nice. How you gonna get a man all to yourself and these motherfuckers out here fucking men? These men out here fucking men. And you gonna find one that's gonna only fuck you and be with you with your history you got and your mama got. What is you?
With this point here, I agree and disagree. I want to pause it for a second before I lose my point here. He's making a great point. I will add the caveat that the women that he is talking about are the women who don't know how to choose. What he's talking about. He's not talking about women who are actually feminine, even though we're not seeing much here in this Western culture and in America here. But he's talking about the women who are constantly choosing over and over again the wrong men. And then, of course, you're talking about down south here, where we got the alternative lifestyle and the LGBTQ community here. You don't know who you're dealing with here, ladies. So he's talking about repeatedly of the women choosing bad over and over again, and about saying how you're going to get a guy who's going to be all to yourself here. Great point. Let's continue.
You coming with? I'm saying, like, how can you expect to get a man who about something to let go of his world and just settle for you?
Good point.
Oh man, I've been getting that a lot.
It's a balance. You think the man supposed to be your queen and you the king, but actually, if you got you a real man, he is the king, and you have to be the queen to him. But because you have been taught, I am the king, and if he wants to be with me, he's got to do what I say. Look at your life. You just a duck walking with her little ducklets, and the duck, what do they call? What are the baby ducks called? The chicks? You a duck walking with your chicks falling in sewers, cats walking up to them, grabbing them, eating them. Because you ain't got, it ain't 2 of y'all. This Harvey girl wants to run the streets until she get to the point where she like, I'ma just settle for this one, but I'ma fuck all of them. So whoever get her, they gonna get a pussy that has been damaged by hundreds.
She definitely.
He's spitting facts here, y'all. And Lori Harvey, of course, in her situation, she's dealing with, you know, the entertainers of the world. So we're gonna know the relationship that she's gonna be in because she's high profile. But we'll use as example, what about the regular average woman who is every day out here in these streets? If Lori Harvey's moving like this here, what are you expecting from the everyday woman? True story about a girl who I knew about who was a virgin completely through high school. And then when she got to college, said, you know what though, I don't want this to happen here. I want to actually, you know, not be a virgin, go to college here. After that one time, by picking some random dude here, now she's been ran through by 40 different men at least going into her 3rd year. Just adding bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies now. How does this woman expect to pair bond with any type of man when she is ready to settle down, when she got all these men that she's been dealing with in a short period of time? She doesn't know what she wants. She dealt with this type of man here and this type of man here and this type of man here. Maybe this kind of guys are the same here. Just running through and running through. You never know what you want, and then you're not gonna be able to pair and be with someone who's actually a good guy. And what Corey was saying here, how do you expect a good man, a high quality man to come through and gonna take you seriously? Women are not being logical in their decisions and expecting men today to think we're just gonna take you as you are. That's not happening. That's why we're seeing that 26% of black women will only be married. And we're not even counting, it's not even counting the women who get married a couple of times. So when we're talking about 76%, it's actually higher. So let's continue. Let's let Corey cook a little bit more here.
What is a woman who done fucked 70 guys? What is she worth to anybody? If you know a girl who done fucked 70 or more guys, how can she help you in your life? And trust me, these girls' body counts be off the chain. And I'm not talking about the ones that act nice. See, you think a slut that's obvious is the one that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm talking about these girls who come across like good people, body count is so high, they couldn't possibly make nobody happy. Because they not happy. They done seen 80 dicks. You telling me a pussy that has received 80 different dicks is gonna be able to grow with a man?
That's a fact. And we have women trying to say this is okay, women's liberal movement, free love. This is my body, my choice. I'm able to do what I can do here because if men are able to do it, so can women here. But biologically speaking here, women cannot navigate the same way as men here. And so when women say, though, I have all these experiences, so when you do get with me, you don't got to worry about teaching me here. I know all the tricks in the trade here. No, we don't want that. We want to know when we get with you and that you know everything under the table and we know you've been busting down here. Ladies need to understand that a man would rather teach you things in the bedroom than knowing that you learn from 70 other guys and then you can come to us here. Because it's only going to be a matter of time until you start comparing us to those other men. Now, you might be in okay sex in the bed and she's going to be thinking about all the other guys who are actually better than you. And then it's going to trickle down from there. So for a woman thinking that you can be with all these type of men here and think you're ready to settle down at a certain point here, no, you're not, because you're never happy. You're gonna be constantly searching for a combination of all those men to being one man, and that is never going to happen. Let's get it going here, Corey.
See, Marcus, you still at that age where the bitches you fuck with and they had about 60 dicks.
I can believe it.
I'm 52 years old.
Oh, wow.
Most of the women that I get with have been ran through. I'm at an age where where the fuck I'm gonna find a bitch who pussy ain't been out there in the game?
You gotta get you a young bitch.
Can't fuck with a young bitch. I ain't got
What's
time to do all the
too
teaching.
young? What's too young for you?
All of them too young. Mentally.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you meet a motherfucker that really grown up. I met a girl that's grown up mentally, but she says, I can only have a guy who's monogamous. And so I told her, well, it was nice talking to you. I'm not finna shut down what I'm doing for you. You pretty.
Well, Corey's speaking here. He's speaking from the standpoint of what his profession is. Now, a lot of women say that, hey, men are not being monogamous, men cheat, right? But he's coming from the standpoint of entertainers. So basketball players, baseball players, football players, entertainment, comedians, actors. Ladies, you're not going to expect a man, if you're able to get one of these type of men, like a Corey. So many people in my comment section from my other video want to clown Corey about his size, but y'all don't know Corey's resume. And women need to understand who don't like his style. Women love to laugh. So you can look at him the way he's looking in this video right now. Once he cracks that first joke, he broke you down and he got you in for the sleigh. His resume shows that he has had top-notch caliber women as far as the injury is concerned. But he's letting you know, like, if you're gonna get with a guy like me here, it ain't gonna be no monogamy. This is really the top 1% of men. So you can't expect that when they have options on top of options on top of options. Let's continue. Get ready to close this video out.
You got weight on you.
Yeah.
You ain't got no money. I ain't trying to break down your shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
The homie here, so he can come in whenever he want to. Yeah. I'm saying, like, realistically, I'm talking about realistically, how can you grow with a bitch that basically is looking for somebody to be with because she done just got fucked by so many people, she see the age growing on her. She's too old to be at the nightclubs now. What can you do with her? We talk about men. Most of the problem with men, they will not be with one woman. That's most of the problems that men have. Monogamy.
Well, see, it's a thing about a whole phase. People, you know, most women believe they should go through their whole phase, you know, in their 20s. So they just go crazy with it. Some of them, their whole phase ain't as high. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll go, you know, fool with a few niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they get it. They like, nah, this ain't me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go settle down or whatever.
They go suck some pussy too.
Yeah.
That's the thing we never talk about.
Right.
Has your bitch sucked pussy before?
Oh.
They never admit to sucking pussy. I let her suck me. I don't want to eat no pussy. I hear this shit so many times. So you just ain't never sucked no pussy, but you been with a bitch. Well, a couple of bitches. Damaged.
You think the damage for
Corey makes a great point here. So I have ran into this same issue too as well, where women who have been curious with their sexuality, but say, I'm never going down on him, but they go down on me. That's another layer that we're having here when women want to settle down. How you expect to pair bond when you mess with a lot of men, and then you equate women into the equation too as well. So you're dibbling and dabbling through all the sexes here. So how you expect to find one person when you know that your appetite has gone on and on and on, and you're having this feminine thing here, and you got this masculine man here, and then you got this guy here, and then it just keeps going on. And then what we're seeing here, we see the continuation of women, black women in general, not getting married here. So on this note here, I'm gonna close the video out. Shout out to Corey and the 5150 crew here. I'll put the link in the description below. But what you think about Corey and what he was saying here? Is just because he's a comedian, and I know with his language he's vulgar, and some women might get turned off, and some men might get triggered by it, but if you can listen to what he was saying here, was he off? Was he wrong about women, and especially about men here? I didn't see any fault in this one here. So you know what though, Corey? Keep spitting these facts here, because he is someone who is seeing the game from a different lens when people want to look at him, because he's in the entertainment industry. He travels. He is seeing both the good and the bad, and he's talking about a lot more bad. But of course, then we know that women want to disguise and put masks on. And so I'm showing this here because men, we have to be careful about the women we choose. Michael B. Jordan, we can call him a high value man, right? Someone who's gonna be on top of the acting world for the next 20 plus years. He's not just acting, he's producing, he's directing. We can easily say that he's gonna be the future of the A-listers, barring any side stuff that he may have in his personal life, which he doesn't have, just a broken relationship here. So if a man like Michael B. Jordan can fall in this trap here of picking the wrong woman who's not ready, what can happen for us here? So that's why in the beginning here, when Corey's talking about looking at the background of a woman and her mother, understanding that how she moves is going to be similar to how her mother moves if her mother's still in her life here. Doing background checks and understanding that here also helps when knowing we're picking a woman here. And then of course, the last point that you talk about pair bonding and women having so many bodies, there's no way that a man can win here. But tribe, what do you think about this video here? Comment, like, subscribe, and click on the bell notification below. Let me know what you think here about Corey here. I know he's off the cuff here and he's rash, but I didn't see a problem. But do you? Let me know about my commentary. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.